Okay, guys, we're back. Yes, we are. Had to go stretch, get a drink of water, run a couple of miles. What am I kidding? I'm fat. I don't run any miles. No, that we needed to do something after that last game because, oh my god, what was that? What did I just cast? But we're back for more. Game number 3 down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Tal'Darim Altar, we have roxkisBratOK spawning as our yellow Terran player. His opponent down here in the bottom right-hand corner is our red Terran player. That is dignitasSjoW. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bratok says, Terminus. Yeah, 48 minutes is cool, but you know what? I am not done with macro maps. Let's go to Tal'Darim Altar. Tal'Darim Altar is the map, of course. Very large map, 4 bases at each of the quadrants, 16 bases altogether. Natural, pretty easy to take and defend. Small choke point there. Leads to both. So, we'll see what these players have in store. Already, we see that, this is a rotationally symmetrical map, I should say. Struggling for words after that last game, if you guys can't tell. And SjoW is going to have easier access to drop the main, but BratOK, on the other hand, his tanks have a very short walk distance to be able to siege themselves up underneath the natural of SjoW, which could cause quite significant economic damage depending on how far we get into this game. And if that last game is an indication, this one should be like 85 minutes as well. So let's see here. BratOK sending out his first scout. He is going to find his opponent right away. Hopefully SjoW scouts close positions horizontally as well. Looks like BratOK doing his normal build, 2 on gas, going to go into a reactor here in just a second. Hard to believe that last game came from such harmless builds. Starts, openings, I should say. Apologize if my grasp of the English language is failing me. Like I said, that last game just takes all the words out of you. And I am solo casting these as well, which is interesting in and of itself. No, BratOK actually going after a tech lab first. Still just 2 on gas, but tech lab first. Reaper harass, pretty darn effective here. We'll see if that's what he ends up going with. There, the tech lab is done. Could go Marauders, he could go Reapers. Reaper it is. Pretty effective on this map, of course. Allows you to bounce into the main pretty easily. And SjoW doesn't really have anything up to spot this. Just units over at the natural, which he is putting up another expansion at the moment. Decided to do another gasless expand. BratOK putting down a 1-rax expand of his own, but of course behind gas and behind Reaper pressure. So that Reaper most of the way done. We'll finish here in just a second. SjoW, on the other hand, he is putting up barracks number 2. He is actually going to have vision of the Reaper when it makes its way up. We'll see where this guy goes. He makes his way through the middle of the map. He is going to get into vision, and indeed he is. This Marine only has 3 hit points left. And the Reaper destroys him. So let's see here. SjoW already ready, though, for this. So he's going to make his way up. Sees the Reaper. The Reaper's going to be able to get himself away. BratOK not going to do that much damage, but does see the expansion, so he knows what's up. And let's see here. BratOK, he has Reaper number 2 joining. Now following this up with just a few Marines afterwards, so no worries about any sort of a ridiculous mass Reaper build. Just 3 racks right into a factory. Pretty predictable. SjoW, on the other hand, he does have his 3rd ranks coming up as well. He almost has enough gas for a factory. Only 1 gas down at the moment. There's 150-100 for a factory. Not coming up, though. And looks like that just went into STEM. So STEM technology is the choice. BratOK almost done with his factory. He is just now bringing in his orbital command, though. Looks like the Reapers not going to be able to get their way in. Make their way around the back. Yeah, they would have run into quite a bit of trouble there. That bunker would have dealt with them pretty easily. Be awesome if BratOK just outright did like a mass Reaper build. Because SjoW is doing nothing but Marines here for so long. I can always hope. Alright. So, factory coming down now for SjoW. Did take a little while, so BratOK is ahead in tech. And he's almost has enough for a starport. There's the sources for a starport, and there is said starport. So here we go now. BratOK has up a few Marines. Take a look at the units tab. He is down in workers and down in units because, of course, he invested a lot of tech into the Reapers. And now it looks like BratOK is going to replace his Reaper with a Marine. Got a couple of Marines here at the back for show. BratOK would jump himself up right here. He could pick them off one at a time. If he goes up right through the middle, though, he's going to be picked off by these 3 Marines very easily. On BratOK, go up around the top. You know you want to. I'm shouting at you through time and space. I can just imagine him sitting in Russia right now. Who is this? Is this Cat's Pajamas? Yeah, that's true. It is me. Good point. I also get slightly delusional after casting a 50-minute match. Odd side effect of casting that no one talks about. Alright, so those Reapers are just merely going to be a threat for a while. We'll keep an eye on them, though, as we take a look around. A few Marines heading out to take control of the Xel'Naga Tower. Tug of war battle being played there now. Let's see. Stimpak about to finish. And double medevacs coming up for BratOK. So show is actually going towards more bio upgrades this time. Here comes BratOK. And those poor Marines aren't going to fall. BratOK takes control of the Xel'Naga Tower. Marine making his way up to this Xel'Naga Tower. BratOK going to make his way around. BratOK is still down in supply. Some of that is in workers, though. He does have the medevacs. He does have the Reapers. Oh, he may try for a big elevator drop, and show ran away with his Marines. Aw. Thought he was going to. If he would have, he would have done a lot of damage there. A lot of damage. May elevator himself into the main, though. We'll find out. I don't think he can directly engage these positions quite yet. Both players have stim done. Show is going to be quicker to combat shield. Here comes BratOK. Probably wishing he would have now decided to go into the right around the back. And unfortunately, those Reapers only take out a Marine and an SCV. Not quite the damage they wanted to do. However, he is going to see Show's third base going down at the bottom right. And looks like that SCV is going to fall just before the command center finishes. So we'll see if BratOK decides to move out or if he decides to expand, given that knowledge. SCV has not quite come back yet. There it is, but denied the construction for quite some time. Marine sitting over at the 9 o'clock position, observing the construction of yet another command center. Well, it's not. I am. Larg out of it after that last game. Here comes BratOK. He's going to make his way in. Has to pick up and leave. 1 medevac. Does not fall. Got pretty low, though. So Show finally has up his command center, turning it into a planetary fortress. Marine finally goes down, but not before actually a pretty good amount of damage was done to the command center. BratOK drops his units right back down. And let's see here. Another factory coming up for BratOK. He is producing tanks. Show has actually not moved to tanks, if memory serves. That is correct. And that is actually going to put him behind in a straight line engagement, even though he does have a definite supply advantage. So, let's see. Sorry, I just needed to take a drink there. I apologize. Show is going to make his way over to the next Xel'Naga Tower, and BratOK going to have to run away. 4 Marines greater than 2. Even though BratOK has... Well, both are on +1 at the moment. And actually does manage to kill 1 Marine there, so not a total loss. Let's see. Stim goes down on a few units, and Show may be thinking moving out. But BratOK is already sieged up, and if Show moves into this, it is going to be devastating for him. However, if Show moves around the back, could be great for him. Really curious to see how he follows this up. BratOK about to put down another, or he's putting down a command center down to the spot where Show actually is sitting that Marine. And it looks like he wanted to put up another command center, but there is a Marine sitting there waiting for him. Small task force being sent out for BratOK to clear that up, and then he'll put down the orbital command. Neither player really doing any dropping, though. It looks like we're just in store for another big macro game. Show, he does have another command center up at the 3 o'clock position. Braddock does clear up that small force. But it looks like SjoW is going to come right back with another bigger force of his own. Braddock was defending his 3rd expansion there for a while. This command center is about 2/3 of the way done. SjoW already with a planetary fortress down there. Braddock morphing into a planetary fortress of his own. And flee, Marines, flee! No! And looks like only 1 Marine went down for SjoW, so nice trade there for him. Looks like Braddock going to go to the top left-hand corner, maybe hit an expansion. Would be fun. Let's see, he is on 3 bases, though. So his mining is going to be similar to that of SjoW. Looks like SjoW's up by 3 workers still, though, and mining more gas. Is going to a pure Marine composition, though. Now finally bringing out tanks. That's actually his first tank that's going to be on the field of play here soon. But Braddock is actually producing 3 at a time. He's slow pushing here to take control of the Zelnaga Tower. And should be able to establish control pretty easily. SjoW is taking nice map control everywhere else. So let's see here. SjoW, he is almost maxed, but almost maxed on only Marines. Looks like he's calling down mules over at the 3 o'clock expansion. Braddock has quite a few units, though, and he may be able to make a big coordinated push. If he does, he may get the better of it. Looks like SjoW is going to more upgrades, though. Although +1 weapons just about to finish for Braddock. Here comes the stem forces from SjoW, and these siege tanks! Oh my god, those siege tanks do so much damage. Supply completely equalized between the 2 players. Braddock does all the damage he wants and more. Like I said, with the better positioning here on the natural, he's going to be able to take out workers much faster. He's going to force SjoW into action. And it looks like Braddock is going to ferry his units onto the high ground here. Continue to take out this orbital command. If SjoW goes up and around, could be pretty powerful. But if he attacks straight into it, it would be suicide. And looks like the natural does go down, so a nice little win there for roxkisBratOK. A bunch more SCVs making their way up here to the 3 o'clock position. No mining being done here whatsoever. So BratOK, good number of forces up. Does manage to take out a refinery as well. But he is about to fall in the upgrade game. And has to watch out for that. Let's see, no more command centers going up for BratOK. Looks like he is content to 3 base for a little while. And here come Braddock's Marines. Not actually sure which of these unstim Marines is going to win, but it looks like the heavily upgraded ones, the 221s, do. Braddock starting to ferry his tanks onto the high ground so we can start pushing into the main. He's trying to force SjoW's hand. And SjoW's hand are 32 heavily upgraded Marines. Going to drop here in just a second. SjoW actually has to watch out and make sure he doesn't lose a medevac. Oh, he does! That was full of Marines. Scan goes down. Is Braddock going to pull back? No, he has enough units here. He should be able to clean this up. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and he's going to suffer some losses. But now, finally, the Marines are getting cleared up. It's like Braddock actually pulling a pretty good advantage here. See if he ferries all of his units onto the high ground. And SjoW is actually going to be able to tear through a lot of supply depots here. This is pretty good if he can get those. It's like the unit's now moving back for Braddock. Could go after, looks like he's got to take out the missile turret before he takes down the armory, but he could get the armory! And the armory falls, upgrade halfway done. And SjoW is actually retaking the supply advantage, even establishing bases here at the top right-hand corner. My god, folks, looks like we are in for another long match. Ah, that medevac almost goes down, but doesn't quite. So, Braddock has denied the natural. He's down to 3 bases himself. Oh, no. He's got to watch out because these SCVs could go down very quickly. And here come the Marines. 1 medevac goes down. Planetary Fortress not able to do any damage. Oh, tanks do the rest, though. But Braddock does lose quite a few units. What is Braddock doing? Where is he going to go? Let's take a look at... It's like... Oh, God! SjoW's going to try and break this! Bad decision! SjoW's force gets obliterated. I don't think Braddock lost a single unit. I think he just threw away about probably 25 supply there. Oh, God. Okay, so SjoW is up by 21 workers, but it looks like BratOK is unfazed. He's putting up another couple of command centers. And it looks like SjoW is going to try and break this position, but he's already lost so many units. And BratOK does siege himself up, scans to the high ground, takes out quite a few units. Looks like he is going to run around with his Marines as well. SjoW is trapped, but BratOK has actually given up quite a bit of supply to try and pull that off. Does he have another scan of it? Well, it doesn't matter. He has his medevacs there. So now the supply equalized between the two players, but BratOK still does have the larger army by 21 supply. Shame that his upgrades got canceled. That would have been very bad. That was very bad for him, I should say, because SjoW has a definite advantage. And oh no, he's going to Marine drop on top of these tanks. Oh, tanks falling down. A lot of damage being done. But all but one of the tanks remain. So he did damage, but he didn't just try to take out a cluster of them. He tried to spread them throughout all of the tanks. And it didn't work out as well as he would have liked. So now here comes SjoW, but he's going to lose both of those medevacs, and he's going to lose all these Marines. At the same time, BratOK is going after the Planetary Fortress. Goodbye, Planetary Fortress. It is being repaired very quickly. Not going to be enough. Tanks for BratOK still doing quite a bit of damage here against the forces of SjoW, though. And +2 weapons has not been started again for BratOK, nonetheless. So SjoW loses a base here at the top right. He does have a bunch more barracks done. And he's mining pretty well. In fact, I think his economic rate is still way better, and indeed it is. But BratOK's army is still massive. Looks like he's going to deny yet another base, though. And that Planetary Fortress does fall. So let's see. Oh, nice job. SjoW tried to break this, but money scan out of BratOK. And he takes down a good number of those tanks, all of those Marines. And SjoW has almost no attack units left. Mules almost went down. These medevac's just kind of chilling with each other. What's up? You're a medevac too? Yeah. All the SCVs dying now as well. So that economy is going to start to be made up a little bit. Looks like BratOK. Oh, we called down a lot of mules over here at the 9 o'clock position. But SjoW has a couple of Marines. Looks like he's going after the Planetary Fortress, though, and not the mules. So those mules are doing what they're being asked. BratOK is going to continue denying bases. These are just orbital commands, no planetary, so no real defense to speak of. And BratOK is going to kill that base. SjoW is on 3-3 Marines, though, but it just doesn't matter because he just doesn't have the force to make up this difference. And BratOK just doesn't care about upgrades at the moment, just sheer numbers winning in this game. And those poor Marines falling down. All of these SUVs are at the back, huddled together. This orbital command is going to fall, or at least it's going to be on fire, I would imagine. Yeah, I think BratOK's going to have enough to light it on fire, may have enough to kill it. Looks like that's going to go down at the same time. SjoW is going to move in. He catches these units unsieged and doesn't manage to get any of the sieged up tanks. So it looks like he, may actually have enough here to break this, but he's going to fall to any subsequent follow-up of units here. So that was a bad trade for SjoW. Let's see, a bunch of SCVs sitting at the top right. SjoW now not mining anything. Essentially forced to all in the rest of his units, going through all of his banked-up resources. And it looks like we may actually be at an end soon, unless SjoW just does a magnificent job of breaking through this force, which, wait, he might. He might. Oh my god, there's nothing left here for BratOK. We have a base trade. What a ridiculous base trade this is. So now all the tanks are going to seize themselves up. And SjoW picks up his Marines there. These tanks need to go after the other tanks. Oh, but it looks like SjoW's just going to drop right on top of those. Nice positioning there. And SjoW's still continuing to do damage. Looks like we're going right back to where BratOK is going to drop down mules on top of those tanks and get them to kill each other. And if he can kill this next round of units, he's going to have whatever access he wants to the base. But at the same time, he's losing quite a bit here as well. Do we have another command center going up somewhere for show? Nope, he has one running away. So he does have a structure, even though he's losing all of his supply here. And he is going to clean up the unit production capability of Bratok, is what I would say. Ooh, and he's actually going to shell the planetary fortress as well. That may very well fall. But it looks like Bratok is in a much better position because eventually these groups of units will have to meet, and there's a 9-tank, 8-marine, 4-medevac advantage for Bratok. And it looks like he's going to move back and try and capture that force and get the game over with. Orbital Command making its way up to the top right and almost full base. shoW, on the other hand, he's going to take down a number of these unit-producing structures. He even manages to take out the planetary fortress. There is a marine here to the top left. Bratok is okay with that. He's going to send out some... Aww, sad stuff. Oh, wow, he actually is only doing 2 damage at a time because that is a 3-3 marine. That's hysterical. That marine still manages to get a couple of kills. And Bratok loses his main. And if he starts going through these supply depots, it'll actually be pretty bad for Bratok. He does have enough resources he should be able to replenish, though. Looks like Bratok is going through these supply depots as well. shoW actually sending in all of his SCVs to deny this base. That is hysterical. Attack SCVs go. Full-on base trade situation. And the supply depots aren't dying. That is going to supply cap Bratok pretty badly. So he's not going to be able to reproduce any units. shoW actually hiding himself here at the 12 o'clock as well. Needs to drop down a couple of barracks in short order. He has a couple of refineries. And looks like both players are now supply capped. All of the SCVs for shoW running back. Going to start some mining for real. But Bratok may have caught wind of this. We'll find out if he goes to the 12 o'clock. If he does, oh no, is what I meant to say. And is he going to get out of the vision? No! It looks like Bratok does know that shoW is moving to the top left-hand corner. So let's see here. Bratok has a planetary fortress. He's starting to mine down at the 12 o'clock, or the 6 o'clock as well. And he has cleaned up the rest of the structures from shoW. But Bratok is in such a good position. Oh, poor SCVs. Those all fall down. So Bratok, it looks like with superior numbers, is going to be victorious. But it's going to take him a while to get to that conclusion because shoW is still doing significant damage. This base can just sit here. It's not doing anything. And it looks like Bratok is going to lose his Marines on the high ground here. But there's just nothing that shoW can... I mean, he can't reestablish another base. He's got a bunch of mules down at the top right. But Bratok sees it. That's actually really bad. I'm going to see some Marines start pumping out, I would assume, for shoW, but he needs to get down a couple of... he needs to get down a couple of supply depots first. And it looks like this command center is going to go down. 107 supply to 31. All the rest of the mules are going down. Poor mule. And is this on fire? Oh, it's almost in. It does catch fire. Just barely catches fire. So shoW sitting that at the top left-hand corner. Bratok going to move in and take out the rest of these units, and I think that that is going to spell GG. shoW is going to have to tap out here in just a second unless he tries to reestablish his base. Looks like he's going to float away his orbital command. And there's the stem. He's going to come right back and try and take down this barracks. The SCVs need to respond. So he can't lose that many resources at the moment, but there's no way he can. He can't sacrifice the rest of those SCVs more. shoW knows it! He GG's! He GG's! Oh my god, what a ridiculous TVT that was. Over 90 minutes of gameplay. So much TVT. Two of the top European players going at it, though. It was a pleasure to cast. Guys, this was Cat's Pajamas. If you've enjoyed the IGN Pro League, check us out, ign.com/IPL, or find us at IGN Pro League. on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. If you've enjoyed my casting, please do check me out at twitter.com/catspajamassc2. Until next time, guys, this is Cat's Pajamas. Peace.